Now we're going to take a look at dividing polynomials. But before we get into the polynomials, it's good to review how to do long division with numerals. So in example A, we're dividing 12,168 by the number 24. So if we write 24 dividing into 12168, we would look to see if that 24 would go into the 12, and 12 is not big enough, so we go out one more digit, one more place. 12 goes into 120 5 times. Then we multiply that 5 by that 24, and we get 120. We would then subtract the 120 from the 121, and we would get 1. We would then bring down the 6, but notice 24 does not go into 16, so we would actually put a 0 there over the 6 in the tens place. 0 times 24 is 0. So when we subtract, we are still left with 16, and we bring down our next digit of 8. 24 goes into 168 7 times, and it actually goes in there exactly 7 times. It gives us 0 at the end. This 24 is what we call the divisor. It's what we are dividing by. Inside the division symbol, that's the dividend. Our result up here at the top, this is our quotient. And what's left over down here is our remainder. Now, the fact that we have a remainder of 0, this means 24 times 507 equals the 12,168. In other words, 24 and 507 are factors of 12,168. Let's take a look at example B. We are dividing 12, that's our divisor, into 13,057. Notice, if you guys remember, 7 here is in the ones place, 5's in the tens place, 0 is in the hundreds place, meaning we do not have any hundreds. 3 is in the thousands place, and 1 is in the 10,000s place. So when we divide 12, we look to see if it goes into 13, and it does one time. We subtract. We get a 10. 12 does not go into 10. So we multiply by 0 and subtract. We get 105. 12 goes into 105 8 times. Multiply 8 and 12, we get 96, subtract. Then we get 97, so close. 12 goes into 97 another 8 times to give us a 96. But notice we have a remainder of 1. Oftentimes when we have a remainder of 1, if you remember back to when you first learned long division, we would write that 1 as a fraction. We have 1 out of those 12 remaining. Just so you know, that is the same thing as saying 1,088 plus another 1/12. So taking a look at the vocabulary we just used, the divisor is what we were dividing by. If it's in a fraction, it's what's in the denominator. The dividend is what we were dividing into. That's the numerator. The quotient is that first result. In other words, how many times the divisor goes into the dividend evenly. And the remainder is what is left over. If there is no remainder, or the remainder is 0, that means the divisor is a factor of the dividend. So think of 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 is a factor of 12. 4 is a factor of 12. 12 is what we would call the product. So if we were to divide 3 into 12, we would get a remainder of 0. However, if we were to divide 5 into 12, 5 is not a factor of 12. It goes in there twice, but we have a remainder of 2. So 5 is not a factor of 12.